I used to have this chemistry teacher, and her name was Miss Amin. And she had this saying, if you said something really stupid, she'd look at you and just be like, oh, stop yourself. She'd just like stare at you and not proceed until you went. It was so like dehumanizing. There was another kid. He did something, it was really stupid, right? But like our teacher straight up called him the R word in front of our entire class, and we were just like, you're a teacher, are you allowed to call him that? Yeah, so that was my chemistry teacher. We have these things called the SOLs, and so basically it's this year-end test. They basically test every single thing you've learned the entire year. For the record, standardized testing, extremely stupid, very bad. They were testing me on like a year's worth of chemistry. And the thing is, I gave zero fucks about chemistry whatsoever. I gave so little fucks about chemistry that at one point I would bring a USB stick. You guys know those like emulators and shit? I used to have a Game Boy emulator, and I used to play Emerald Kaizo on the emulator during the middle of class, and I would just try and nuzlocke it all day long. And so I just sit there for hours, and my chemistry teacher would be like, wow, he's such a good student, oh my goodness. We get to the SOL, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna finish this as fast as I can, because you only need a 60%, I think it might even be 50% to get a passing grade on the SOL. I take the 60 question exam in like 10 minutes, because I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care. They grade it really weirdly, right? So it's out of 600, and 400 is passing. 600 is also not a perfect score, it's just based on how other kids performed that year, which is also dumb, but whatever. We were doing the SOLs electronically, so everyone could get their grade by the end of the day. We had an extra long chemistry class because they did some of the standardized testing later in the day, and they didn't want the bell to disrupt the kids who were standardized testing. So the teacher gets the grades for our SOL, and so she's calling us up one by one, and my friends are getting like pass advanced, like 550 and shit. She calls my dumbass up there and goes, oh, what were you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? And she shows me my grade. Bro, I got a fucking 402. That's literally 3 points from failing. If I missed one more question, I probably would have had to retake the chemistry SOL. She was so disappointed because I had like a B+ in the class, but that was just because I'm the kind of person who will like study enough to like do really well on one thing, and then as soon as I don't need it anymore, out the window. Do not expect me to remember it at all. She had this class full of honors kids who were just like really, really bright, and then there was me with my 402 out of 600. I'm not stupid, alright? I just hate science. Like the classes, like you have to really like science in order to want to do honors classes. You have to do a fucking science fair, and bro, my science fair project was the most bootleg bullshit science project like ever. I remember I was with one of my friends. We didn't even like actually do an experiment. We came up with a concept and fabricated all of the data. Our experiment was which tread design gives you the best 3-point shot. And so we had arrows that pointed up, arrows that pointed down, arrows that pointed side to side, and then no tread. And the way we made the tread is we bought flip-flops from Old Navy, and we cut out arrows or little chevrons, taped them to the bottom of my basketball shoe. This was before I really actually liked basketball, and so we said the ones that were facing forward gave me a 65% 3-point shot. And looking back on it, bro, if I had a 65% 3-point shot, I would not be sitting here today. I would be in the fucking NBA, and you guys would be talking about the soy sauce instead of Linsanity. Curry would be nothing. I would be the greatest shooter of all time. So we're preparing for the science fair, and my teacher just looks at it. She knows it's bullshit, cause like everyone else has pictures. We literally have a white science fair board with taped on paper. We get to the day of the science fair. I didn't know we were supposed to dress in like dress shirts and stuff, because they had like really important people show up for this like children's science fair. I remember I used to have a photo of me standing behind two of my friends, and they're both wearing these really nice dress shirts. And then there's me and this oversized Aeropostale maroon hoodie with cargo pants. I remember I saw Miss Amin, my chemistry teacher, walk up to me and go, "What are you wearing?" And I was like, nobody told me I had to dress up for this. And so me and my friend just stood there looking like bums while these very important looking men tried to talk to us about our basketball project. It was quite an experience.